Hey, Bomb Squad. Welcome to episode 41 of TNT. It's August 21st. Got ourselves a little Tuesday show on a Tuesday. Tones, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's actually a Thursday show.
Is it a Thursday? I was going to ask you. I always confused what the interview is and what the so I guess interview is Tuesday. All right, so it's a Thursday show. Sorry.
It's okay.
So Thursday show on a Tuesday. I thought we nailed it. I thought we had a Tuesday show on a Tuesday, but no.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, this is going to end up probably being released by Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be a Thursday show on a Thursday.
Cool. So everybody except for me knows what that means. It means that we're going to be talking flicks today with our 4-pack hybrid. And we have, of course, our world famous segments. I mean, those are staples. Tones, how was work today? I heard a Haitian went down.
Another Haitian went down.
Haitian and flip flops.
Yep, flip flops. And I was telling you today, it's always women. Like a man has never fallen leaving my department. It's always a women. They're 90% Haitian, and they all wear flip flops. That's universal. Flip flops.
The kiss of death.
The kiss of death. I mean, it's just befuddling. I don't know. It's at this point, it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down.
At what point did you see her fall? Did you see like the whole thing coming? Like, you're just like, oh boy, we got a Haitian with flip flops walking in. Like, keep your eye out. Or was it just like right when she went down, you're just like, God?
I was standing on the other side of the room, and I was just like looking across, and I was just watching her walk out. I was like, this bitch is gonna fall.
She's struggling like a little bit before the fall.
No, well, like, she was walking fine before. She was like a larger woman. And then all of a sudden she took that step, and it was just like the knee buckled, and she just like went down, like crumbled and sideways. Like,
oh man,
ridiculous.
Oh God. Well, lesson for the Bomb Squad. If we have any Haitian listeners, no flip flops in the freezer. Okay.
I shouldn't have to tell you, but I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So before we get into our world famous segments, we got some news.
Is it good or bad?
I'm afraid it's bad news.
Not again. God damn it.
I know. One of these days I'll hit you with a good news story. But this is shout out Cousin J-Mac.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. This is a Bomb Squad Cousin J-Mac request that we bring this up. I didn't know about this before he brought it up, and I'm sure you didn't either.
I saw it on Barstool, but I didn't read it. I just saw the headline. I was like, oof. But an argument between two golfers at a Massachusetts golf club turned bloody on Friday when one of the men bit off the other player's finger, reports said. Firefighters arrived at the scene and discovered the victim had one of his thumbs bitten off to his knuckle.
Now, is that
CVB reported?
That's like the knuckle, like at the base of the hand, right? Like not
that's the whole thumb.
The finger. Okay, it's the whole finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole entire thumb this guy bit off. Imagine the amount of rage you have to bite off somebody's fucking finger, especially the thumb, the strongest finger you got.
Yeah, no, and that's like like the hand bones are kind of delicate, but for a mouth to break through that, like, you have to really be dedicated to biting that off. And also, like, what a shitty finger to bite off, because that's like you need your thumb.
The thumb is huge.
You need your thumb. It's essential to be able to do shit.
That was the essential part of the evolution with like the outward what's it called? Outward facing thumbs, I guess.
The opposable thumbs.
Opposable thumbs. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Did they say which hand it was?
Mm-mm.
They didn't. Okay.
No.
I mean, if I lost my left thumb, I could probably get by. But
right I don't use my left arm for anything.
Yeah, same. I mean, the right thumb though, that's
I'm done.
You're fucked. Yeah.
That'd be so weird.
I gotta say though, if this happened more often in golf, I'd probably watch it.
Listen, as a guy who worked at a country club for 8 years, like, you see some shit gets personal out there with like little rulings. It's just competitive old guys. I mean, I think the victim was 47 years old. So textbook, golf member. And it was probably just like, his opponent wouldn't give him a free drop off the cart path or something like that on an 18 in a tight match. And he's just like, what are you talking about? The rule is free drop off the cart path. And he's just like, nope. And then thumbs got bitten off. You remember Bill Laimbeer, the Detroit Piston back in the day?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a member of the golf club that my dad belongs to in Florida.
Okay.
And he's a total douchebag in real life. Like, he's a douche. Like, they did that whole 30 for 30 with the Pistons team, the team that got to Michael Jordan.
The Bad Boys.
The Bad Boys. It's like everybody's like, yeah, Lampier's the man. Like, you know, he's badass, this and that. Like on the golf course, like he's like nobody wants to play with him. He can't get a game with anybody because he's a total prick.
Bill Lampier.
Yeah, but like it gets. There's a lot of shit out there that you know. The thing that pisses most golfers off out there, I'd say, is if you accidentally hit into a group because you think they're kind of far away, and then it lands like 10 yards short, and then the people who are in front of you are just like, "What the fuck is this guy's fucking problem?" It's like, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was gonna fucking belt one. I've been hitting the ball like shit all day, and all of a sudden I got behind one. I got a little close. No big deal.
You ever seen anyone get hit on the golf course?
Oh yeah. I've gotten hit a couple times. You're bound. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like because for caddies, like it does not in the PGA Tour, but for like golf clubs, you have to go stand out in the middle of the fairway in the rough, like so because like once you have to go like where the drives land, so that way you know where it is right when they hit it, and then by the time they get to the bag where their ball is, you know what the yardage is and all that stuff, right? So when you're out there,
target,
huh?
You're just like a target, basically.
You're not in the middle of the fairway. You're just like the length of yardage in the middle of the fairway, but you're off to the right typically.
Gotcha.
Like deep in the right. But if somebody hooks one, a lot of times like it goes right into the sun and you can't fucking see it. So I've seen
run.
some you don't see it at all, and then it just like hits right next to you. You're just like fuck. And the members will never know that. Like I always tell my dad, I was like, we can't see shit out there, man. Like a lot of the holes are very dangerous. But yeah, I saw a kid get hit. It hit a few trees and then fell like 60 yards, hit him right in the side of the head. And that was enough to knock him in the hospital for like a few days.
Really?
Yeah, he's bleeding everywhere. It was gross.
Wow.
There was a woman who got decked at ball. Like the guy past couple days guy that we talked about last episode, he duck hooked one off a tee and it was going like 1,000 miles an hour, hit a bench, fucking shot up and hit this old woman in the head. She didn't die, but that pretty much killed her. She died like a couple of years later.
Oh shit! She had like brain damage.
Yeah, she was never the same after that. I mean, past couple of days like rips him. My brother hit a guy in the chest from off the tee a long time ago. I got hit in the leg. I took a bounce off the tee and then hit me in the leg. It hurt like a bitch, but like could have been worse.
Yeah,
life is a caddy. It's a war zone. You know, is it one little thing that I did? Just a little side note while we're on caddying. That was hilarious was so when I'm out in the middle of the fairway, if you're carrying 2 bags, right? That's how you make bread and butter. Once you're a veteran caddy, it's always 2 bags. Yeah. It's great. You put one woman hits it in the fairway, the other woman hits it into the shit. So what you do is you fucking put the bag down next to the ball in the fairway and then hightail it over to the shit ball where the other woman hit it, right? Mm-hmm. Have the yardage in the middle of the fairway for her when she gets there and everything. So as I'm walking to the shit ball, the sprinklers come up and go off. So all I see is the sprinkler coming towards the bag that I left, and it's like right in front of it, and it's slowly turning towards her clubs. So I sprint across the fairway from the shit ball, and I literally shield the bag from the sprinkler, and it starts hitting my back, and I'm like, ah, like I'm taking a machine gun, sacrificing my body for like the president or something like that. Yeah. And then I got up, like she was just like, she's like, thank you for doing that. And I was like, no problem. But then like my cousin was on a green where he saw the entire thing. I could see him tending a pin, he was holding his dick, trying not to piss himself because he saw the entire event of me just run and sacrifice my body. I was saving the golf bag from the sprinkler. Oh man. But yeah. So that's the bad news. Guys got no thumb now. Terrible.
Aggressive.
Yep. Okay, so that moves us to segments. So hit it, Taylor Hicks. All right. So we have a Do You Remember? So I guess we both had Do You Remembers today, but we're gonna save yours.
Yeah, we'll do mine next episode because we got a jam-packed show. I figure we just move it along a little bit.
Action-packed show.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Absolutely.
So I have Do You Remember with the Platte at St. Joe's. Do you remember the Platte?
I thought that was a typo when you texted that to me. What is the Platte?
Remember the fair grounds park where you like, you know, there's a big old field and you can look right at the city line. And that's where we would go to smoke like all the time in our junior and senior years, or at least me and Joe did. Okay. Awesome spot. Great view. But some shit would always happen every, like, you know, so often where for one instance, there was like a gang of, I don't know, 120 kids on ATVs that just rolled in.
They're big in Philly. They ride those shits in the streets. They do wheelies and stuff. Like
they all just came around. We just heard like this noise from a distance, like and we were like, we just sparked it, and we were like, oh my god, a motorcycle gang is coming. We thought like the Hell's Angels were coming. It was so fucking loud from the distance. And
It's
finally, when they came around this turn, they just started funneling in the field, just doing drive-bys of us. And it had to have been literally over 100. It lasted for about like 30 minutes.
And you guys just sat there?
We sat there on the park bench, just like, I don't know what to fucking do. Like, plus we were big and like freaking out. And like, they were just like doing wheelies, like you said, just doing that, this and that. But that was just one instance. This one instance that I'm, what?
No, I was gonna say it's just like Mad Max.
Yeah, it was exactly like that.
He's getting them riding in. I think he was just like riding around, whipping chains around and stuff.
We should have ran.
You should, I mean, where do you go though? They're like circling you.
Run
like,
to the car and just drive away, you know? But so this one time we were there at night, perfect time to go. There's nobody there because during the daytime, it's a big open field. Like there's a whole bunch of people there tanning, doing whatever they want to do. And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, like there's just like this group of, I don't know, I want to say 15 people that are just standing in the street behind us. So we didn't notice them until like Joe's like, what's going on over there? So we were like freaked out, like, what the hell are these people doing? Like, oh my God, we're smoking weed. They're probably going to tattle on us or something like that. They look up into the street light all together in a circle, and they just start singing like an ode, like odes, like hymns of some sort. We were like, what is going on? And they just sang for about like the entire time we were there for like 30 minutes. And then when we were done, they just kind of walked back into wherever they came from. And we were just like, what the fuck was that?
Where did they come out of? They came out of like the
we didn't see where they came out of. We turned
okay.
around and just saw that they were standing in a circle, like it was some sort of cult ritual. And then they just started singing like tales or like odes.
Were they like church songs or just like old like Irish folk tales?
Old
like
folk tales for sure. It wasn't church stuff. It was just like, I have a servitor, like things like that. And like they passed it off to one another, and then they'd all join in for the chorus. And me and Joe were just cracking up, like, what is fucking going on?
They're like bards in training or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that happened, and it was hilarious. I texted Joe today about that. He hasn't gotten back to me, but I'm sure when he reads it, he's like, "Yeah, I remember that. That was fucking wild." Yeah, so that's the do you remember? So yeah, that and the ATVs. Yeah, if I'll send you a picture of the Platte later, you'll probably remember it. It was
where was it near? I'm trying to think.
It was equidistant to the Chili's on City Avenue, except you just got to go right, and then you find yourself a little park.
I think I know what you're talking about. All right. Well, either way, I thought it was more down by the school. I didn't realize it was down that far.
Did you know I used to underage drink at Chili's by myself all the time during the summer?
They just let you. Oh yeah, didn't you like go there
like,
in like Joe's Crab Shack all the time?
Oh yeah, I was a frequenter. I went to Joe's Crab Shack like all the time during the school year, but I went to summer school every year, so that way I had less classes to take during the fall. And plus, I just like being on campus like at all times, just like soaked in every second of it. But once you get ID'd and they like accept it, and then you go back the next day and it's the same bartender, you just start to become a regular, and you just like, I'll take the sampler, please, and a Bud Light. And they loved me there. It was great. I was drinking there when I was like, I don't know, 18.
That's funny.
At the local Chili's.
Usually the chains like that are like stricter, you know?
Well, I had an ID that scanned.
Oh, you had one of those.
Yeah,
I felt like that was a myth. Everyone's like, oh yeah, these IDs scan, and like mine never scanned.
Ours came in at a big calculator that you had to bust open, and I got 2 of them, and Joe got 2. And they go over and they scanned it, and it worked every single time.
It probably came up as like Helen Johnson from.
We had to submit all of our information to the guy creating them.
No, I know, but like, because like they have to have like actual like things scanned. Because I've actually seen one that scans, but it comes up as like just like a random person. So you're basically using someone else's identity. So it goes like Helen Johnson from like Temple, Arizona, or something. They probably
just didn't think anything of it. I was just a casual guy in there by myself, just looking for a beer. Wasn't at a party, you know? But yeah. So moving on. So we have a deal or no deal spelling bee challenge. It's my turn. So I have 6 over the lines, which means that I'm 1 away from a punishment challenge. Tones is already getting punished in the next Saturday show. If I lose this, I think we should just do like a fucking crazy whatever mine is and whatever yours is. We'll just be doing it at the same time. You'll just hear a bunch of throwing up or electrocution.
Extravaganza of punishment.
It would be fireworks
at the same time. We use different punishments at the same exact time.
We'll figure it out. I'm thinking I'm going to spell it right, whatever the word is. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But
Okay, so hand up. I'll admit that I
I saw
actually
you. I saw you
didn't
scrambling. You
say
didn't have the word
the
yet. It's
word.
fine. I'm just buying you time.
Thank you. All right. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Your word is cayutal.
Cayutal?
Cayutal.
Oh, fuck. What's the definition?
To bark or yelp noisily or foolishly or to
Okay.
yap.
Cayutal.
I'll give you a sentence even. No living thing moved upon it, not even a medicine wolf to cayutal to the invisible moon.
Okay. I think I got this because I
Okay.
like the definition of the dog because the C and the K part of a word like this, it's a brain fuck. But because of dogs, I'm going to say it starts with a C due to the coyote aspect of it.
No.
Okay. No? Fuck.
I
Does it
mean,
start
is
with a
it,
K?
yeah.
Fuck. Shit. All right. God damn it. I couldn't have been more confident in that. Now I got to do a punishment challenge.
You didn't even get a letter. Damn.
Fuck. That's a tough word, cayutal. All right. Are you still there? I'm getting a weird thing here. I think Toad's just X'd out of the hangout. Yeah, he did. Yes, I'm still in the hangout tones. I wonder if he can still join. I'm gonna practice my Mike Francesa stuff, so I'm by myself. All right, so we got Daniel Murphy. He went to the Cubs today. I think it was a bad move. I think National should have held on to him. I think he's arguably one of the best players in all of baseball. Oh, he's back.
I'm back. Yeah.
I was ripping some Francesa while you were gone by myself.
I fucked up. I was like trying. I realized I had some apps open in the background. I wanted to close, and I ended up quitting quitting out of Chrome.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. I was like, where'd you go?
Yes.
Okay.
That. What were we talking about? Oh,
the Cayutal. How it starts with K. What is it? K-A-Y?
No. Kyoodle.
Okay. That sucks. I used to be really good at spelling. I'm a fucking moron. Well, you live and you learn. You lose, you learn. That's Alanis Morissette. So moving on to segment number 3 is a Tales of Careers Past. So you got one?
Yeah, I got one. So I don't know if I told this, but when I used to sell makeup, right?
Of course.
Sometimes we would frequent at the end of the day if we needed to talk to a lot of people real quick, try and just make our nut at the end of the day. When we had a bad day or whatever, we go to like a Walmart or a Target, or I've even done in like Publix down there, like the grocery store, anywhere really. I've done Michael's, like the craft stores. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big Michael's guy.
Actually, did I tell the one about the credit card in there when I was getting kicked out?
Oh yeah, when she already swiped it and it was she panicked, but it was too late. You already swiped it.
As I was getting kicked out, I swiped the card right as the lady told me to leave. Yeah. Or no, either way, I told that one. So this one, I was in a Walmart and
that's probably where you can get great customers, people trying to get deals.
That's what it is. Yeah, like they're stupid. They're trying to save some money, and like
they just don't have any because they're stupid.
Just the fact that you're walking around in the Walmart selling shit to them, they think that you're with Walmart.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just cool. But this
I would probably be one of those people.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if I didn't know that was a thing, like soliciting, like if I was just like, oh, okay, this person's just working in the store. But I even took it a step further where someone had the idea, because if you go up to like customer like reception or whatever, you can get a vendor's badge if you're like actually there for like a little event. But like all we did is we just walk up, we'd sign like a fake name in the book, and you get a vendor's badge. And then you're wearing a Walmart badge, walk around selling shit in the store.
Genius.
And I actually ended up stealing one of the badges from the store, so I didn't have to keep signing in. You just go into any Walmart and you got the badge, you're ready to go, you're ready to rock.
It's good thinking.
Yeah, and so one day I was in one Walmart, which they were of the smarter variety of Walmart employees, which is rare, very
Mhm.
rare. They caught me, and the guy I was with. Actually, they caught the guy I was with, and he was like a newer guy, and I could tell he was scared because he hadn't really done anything like this before. So I went over. I was like, all right, whatever, we'll just go anyway. So I went over to kind of try and diffuse the situation, and she's like, "Oh, where'd you get that badge?" I was just like, "Oh, I got it from another store. It's not yours," which was true. It was from a different store, and
Right.
she's like, "Well, give it back to me." I was like, "No, it's not yours. I'll give it back to you." She's like, "You can't have that. Like, you gotta give it back to me. I'll call the cops." So I just took it off. I spiked it on the ground. I was like, "Here you fucking go!" I just spiked it and I just stormed out.
Whoa.
I was pissed. I was having a bad day,
Yeah, I
but,
can tell.
but like, I just spiked it right on the ground, and like the kid was just like, he didn't know what to do.
We gotta lay off Walmart for a little bit.
I was like, Ivan, I'll meet you in the fucking car. He stormed off.
You know, if I was a makeup salesman, you know what I'd do? I bombard people at gas stations who are already like in like. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter in New Jersey. It only works if you're like plugged in and you're sitting in your car. You got to walk up and say, "Hey,
Yeah. No, I mean,
listen to my pitch."
there's actually the same company I work for. They have different divisions. They sell different things. One of them is like the car wax to like clean your car and shit. And they've actually got me in a gas station before.
Yeah,
Like, they'll just sit in the gas station because that's like where you would sell car shit. I mean, this person has a car for sure. They're driving it. But yeah. So I mean, really anywhere it could be, you could sell.
yeah, I like it. It's an interesting greasy ass business they used to work in.
Real fucking greasy.
Really, really greasy. So my tale of career past. I was gonna write a book on this a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Called Lee and Me, about this guy I caddied for in the club championship several years back. So to break it down, what the club championship is, there's a C flight, a B flight, and an A flight, and then the championship flight. So like it's just the best players are in the championship, and then it goes like steadily down. So the A flight is like Trenton Thunder of the golf club, right?
Okay.
Minor leagues, pretty good, mostly older gentlemen, older guys. Yeah. So it's a 16-man bracket, and then you just kind of, one-on-ones until the championship.
So it's like head to head. Like if I beat you, I move on.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
One-on-ones.
Interesting.
So it's single bag, you and the guy. It is intense. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of money. So I pick up this guy, Lee Shelley, right? He's just coming off of 2 knee surgeries, both knees.
Oh,
he used to be an Olympic fencer back in the day for Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Legit.
You got a Nazi.
No. Saint of a man.
Okay.
My man Lee. So we first round that we play, it was a little rough, but we ended up winning on 18. But when we won on 18, a bond was created because I read a putt for him from like 12 feet off, and he drilled it center cup. And like we embraced, and that's when I knew that we had something special. Okay. So then round 2, the next day, we wake up, it's me and Lee ready to go. Now I'm like in it, and we're like strategy every single shot.
Yeah.
And plus, because he's had both knees repaired recently, he's in a cart, and I'm only caddying for him. So I'm just walking around. I don't like he's taking a cart, so his bag is in the cart.
Yeah.
No point in me carrying it, You
can ride in the cart with him?
No, I'm out. Like I explained before, in the middle of the fairway, watching where his ball goes out there. And then just, I come up, I'm like, all right, Lee, we got like 148 yards. I know what you're thinking. I know you think you should hit your 7-iron right now. No, it's a little uphill, a little in the wind. I want you to take your 7-wood, choke down on it, and just get it in there. And he listened to every word I said. Long story short, we started to make a run. And we were the 14 seed. So we were not supposed to, This is a huge, huge upset. So we make our way to the finals. Okay. It's a huge deal. Very excited. So he's nervous as fuck. It goes 18 holes, tied against the biggest douchebag in the course, Mr. Mazza. I have no problem saying his name, Frank Mazza. This old dick. He had throat cancer a long time ago. People were just like, you should feel bad for him because of it, because I made fun of his neck because it now looks like a vagina. It all hangs out. He looks like a fucking turkey. No, that guy used to give me $30 for a bag when the minimum wage for a bag was $60. And he would call you out with his guests where the guest would ask me to read a putt and he missed it and it was a misread. Yeah. And the guy would try to be nice, I pushed the putt. And then Frank Mazza would just be like, no, it's the caddy's fault. Like, I hate you so fucking much. Like, it got to the point where it's like whenever the caddy master would say, like, Tom, can you take care of Frank Mazza? I was like, if you give me his bag, I'm gonna take it, dumping it. That's how much I fucking hate that guy. So it's him versus Frank Mazza, my guy Lee, me and Lee. So we got to go to playoffs, right? So at this point, normally in these tournaments, like all the members are around and they'll get in carts and follow the matches. But like nobody really does that for the A flight. Everybody does that for the championship flight where there's like carts all up and down the fairways. But the A flight, like Lee was making some noise. So like people knew. So they started following us by like 16. By the first playoff hole, the entire club is watching.
Oh shit.
Up and down. So I'm like walking up the fairway to four caddy, as we called it, to watch where the ball goes. And like all these people were there, it's like, how's Lee feeling? This and that. And I'm standing there carrying nothing like an idiot. But I'm so into it. And then so we get to the green. So Lee's got a birdie putt and Frank Mazza's got like a birdie chip. He goes and hits it, double hits it. And then he calls himself and he says, I'm out of the hole, Lee. It's yours. Lee Shelley drops his putter and just starts immediately crying hysterically. And then we embrace again, just like we did in the beginning. And then, it was a beautiful story. And then we get to the parking lot. That guy gave me $500 cash.
Jesus.
For that one day. And he paid me every round.
Yeah. Nice.
I probably made like $5,000 from that run from me and Lee.
Lee sounds like that sounds like an 80s movie, to be honest.
We still like whenever I run into him, like we're just like we like catch up for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Just because of that. I never caddied for him before that, or like rarely after it. Well, I did after it for a while. And then like I started caddying for my pops because it was way easier. And my dad is so much better at golf than Lee, which makes my job so much easier. Moves a lot faster. But I'll never forget me and Lee. Like that was some of the best couple weeks of my life. Taking Lee to the A flight, man. All right. So he cut the accordion music. So
like
that
to Caddyshack.
Yeah, it was really something beautiful. It was something to behold. The fact that he really like genuinely cried in happiness after he won. I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry on the A flight championship right now. And I mean, when he opened up his wallet, he was like shaking, trembling, crying. He's like, have all of it. Fucking have all of my money, Tom. Get it. I was like, Lee, I was like about to be like, just keep your money. You paid me with glory, my friend. Oh man. Okay. So that brings us to our fourth segment, which is a what's good. All right. So I had to listen to Ether by Nas. We have a lot. Nas. Come on. What did I say? Nas. Sorry. Easy mistake. So I have so much written down here. We have a lot to get into. So obviously beef here with Jay-Z. So after hearing it, Jay-Z must have obviously started it. So what did Jay-Z do to start this fucking firestorm that was just released upon him?
I don't know exactly because this happened before I really started like listening to music. But I'm pretty sure he made a couple subtle lines here and there. Like, and this seems like obviously it seems like something that was building up for a while.
Yeah, because it sounds like Jay-Z took a lot of shots at Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, I mean, he just like he says in the song. I mean, like you say he was your man, but then you're saying you're better than him and all this stuff, and you're taking lines from his, his music. Yeah, I mean I'm guessing he said something in a song along the way that rubbed Nas the wrong way and felt that it warranted a response.
Yeah, well, this is a response and a half.
Yeah, this is honestly, in my opinion, the best diss track of all time.
I would agree. I mean, I don't know a lot of them, but like this was like really, really intense because I didn't write down a lot of them, but like there were straight up threats. Like I have a gun, I'm going to kill you if you keep this up, Jay-Z. Like a lot of that going on. So then I have brace yourself for the main event. Y'all impatiently waiting. It's like an AIDS test. What's the results? Not positive. Who's the best? Pac, Nas, and Big. So AIDS test. Thought that was funny. Wrote that one down. So then he says, hey, y'all faggots, y'all kneel and kiss the fucking ring. I was just like, hey, what do we do?
This was at a time in rap when it was
homophobia is kind of part of the
homophobia is rampant. Eminem's a huge participant in that. There's a lot of F-bombs that he drops.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just like,
it's a horrible word.
It's not a nice word. And I was gonna say I don't think it was
Just
meant
a big old F and then like two G's and then to finish it with the
in a
T. It's
hard
just like,
T.
oh,
A
like
hard
when I hear
T.
that word, I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, man, I was gonna say I don't think there's any homophobia behind it, but like I think he
No,
calls him
no,
like a
no,
dick
no.
riding
That's the
faggot
thing.
at one
Well, I
point.
mean,
So,
like, I
it's
think it
like,
is actually. It's
yeah,
very
no, I
homophobic.
was
This
gonna
one.
say, yeah, this is very homophobic. Like when other people say it, sometimes like the Louis C.K. stand up, they might not mean
Yeah.
it in a homophobic way, but this was in a homophobic way,
Yes.
for sure. So
Mhm.
not problematic from Nas, but you know, it was a different time. This was
Yeah, it's fine.
early 2000s. This came
Like
out.
what do I always say, Tones? It's sticks and stones that hurt, not words. If you get hurt by words, then you're a pussy. And it's straight up, that's facts, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Yeah, because sticks, if somebody throwing sticks and stones at you, that's gonna fucking hurt a little bit. Words, you could just be rubber. You have glue. Sticks to you. Suck it. What do I got here? So, I thought this was hilarious. Gay Z. Got him.
Yeah, it's a clever one.
That this Gay Z and Cockafella Records wanted beef, started cocking up my weapons, slowly loading up this ammo. That goes back to the like the straight up threat before. But Gay Z, yeah,
I mean, one could even consider this gay bashing.
yeah, this is gay bashing for sure. And it's like Jay-Z is just like poor guy.
I'm gonna lay low for a while.
Seriously. What do you think? You get girls now because your looks? Ooh, that's a good call. There's no way Beyonce is married to Jay-Z if he's fucking like didn't do what he did.
As he says, he's got those dick sucking lips. Got those big old fat mouth.
Yeah, he does. Here's a quick question: do you think Jay-Z has ever murdered anybody or had somebody murder somebody for him? I think he definitely has, and I think he actually kind of indirectly said that on Howard Stern a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you listen in the song, I mean, he allegedly stabbed someone in a nightclub and got arrested for it. But I mean, Nas says that he's like, your man stabbed, and you took the rap or something like that. So he's saying that yeah. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he sold crack in Brooklyn and like late.
Yeah, I knew that when he was a really young kid.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you know, shit happens when you're doing that. So I don't know. I mean,
but then like once he became like super like in charge of an empire, he's definitely got guys who could be like, yo, go take care of. Like, I'm surprised like Nas has had the balls to do this. I guess Jay-Z wasn't that big yet at the time.
At the time, they were about the same.
Okay.
And then Jay-Z definitely has gone more mainstream. I mean, when he linked up with Kanye, that he had that whole album together, like, and
where's Nas from?
Queens.
Oh,
the Queen.
He's a Mets guy. Mets Yankees.
Yeah. yeah. But yeah, I mean, Nas. I think Nas is more talented than Jay-Z.
I can see that for sure.
May disagree. Not to take away from Jay-Z. I mean, he's a legend for a reason. He's been in the game for so long. I mean, over 20 years at this point. And he's, but he went a little more of the pop kind of
well, he can't do like the really quick disc kind of raps, right?
Well, I think he replied and it just wasn't that good.
Yeah. You can't reply to this.
No, you can't.
There's no point of replying to this. If this is what you on your plate to come up with something to fucking go up, like it's like he called you out on everything and none of it is deniable.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just dig a hole in the sand and just stick your head in. That's just wait till it blows over.
It's exactly right. And then he follows up here with what do you think? I already read that. And Eminem murdered you on your own shit. You a dick riding faggot. You love the attention. Wanted to be on every last one of my classics. Yeah. So I wrote that down because I was going to ask where Eminem factors into all of this, because I always was interested how, like, Eminem being white and all, like, factor into this really, really gangster rap community. Yeah. And like, it seemed like from my perspective, everybody was kind of just like, nah, he's like really awesome. Kind of you don't write diss tracks against Eminem or else you'll fucking pay for it.
That's the thing, is like his like talent speaks for itself. I mean, what he's talking about there was they did a song together, Renegade, and Eminem had a verse on it, and it was Jay-Z's song on his album, but he's saying Eminem murdered you on your own shit, like he said, because he did. I mean, you listen to the song, like Eminem, like puts him, but I mean, Eminem's my favorite rapper. Like I think he's the most talented. you know, lyrically especially. I mean, you could say other people have better beats or whatever. Lyrically, I think he's the best rapper, what he does. But yeah, so he murdered him on his own shit.
Yeah, and they called him a dick riding faggot, which
Again,
was not nice.
A little bit more homophobia.
A little bit more. And then I wrote down the last line of the song. You pop shit, apologize, N-word, just ask Kiss, capital K. Is that about one of my favorite bands, Kiss?
No. No, it's Jadakiss.
Oh, damn.
Jadakiss,
I thought it was just like, go ask Paul Stanley.
No.
He knows.
No, he wasn't. No, I don't think they had much interaction.
Okay, yeah. Because I respect this guy after reading this. I'm like, this guy, it's a very long rap. I mean, it was like really just like fucking flamethrower.
Yeah, and there wasn't
the
really
way through like Jay-Z.
Yeah, like a lot of rap songs, like especially nowadays, it's like two or three bars or whatever, and then like a chorus, and then another like verse, and then a chorus, and then that's it basically. But, like,
well, you know why?
Rapping all the way through.
The whole way the music industry has changed, because it happens in rock and roll too. Is a song like this is not going to get you on the top of the Billboard chart. You know, the only reason that this came up is because he probably put out an album and everybody bought it. Nobody buys albums anymore. You have to fucking have singles.
Yeah. And
singles are pop. People want to hear pop.
Right.
They want to hear catchy hooks.
There's a formula to it.
Yeah, they want to hear like in New York, the Jay-Z doing his shit. You know, not like just this flame throwing, dick riding faggot stuff.
That doesn't play on the radio.
No, there's only a couple. Like Metallica is one of the few bands left that can get away with like they put out an album with no hits and just like people buy it because people worship Metallica. There's a lot of bands and artists that are like if Nas put something out, people would buy it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just because at this point, like, I don't know if Nas is getting too many new fans. I mean, he actually just put out an album earlier this year, which I still haven't listened to yet. But yeah, I mean, most of his fans are, you know, already his fans. So if they know he's putting something out, they're going to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, he's established.
That's what Metallica does. Exactly. So it's, I mean, like Metallica, right when they drop an album, it's #1 on the charts for like the next 3 weeks. They're incredible. Like it's just globally too. That's why I was asking you too. I was like, what does Nas think about Metallica? I wonder if he's just like, is he pissed at them too?
I'm sure he doesn't think that they're dick riding faggots. I don't think he does.
He probably loves them because of the Napster thing. I mean, somebody had to speak up.
Yeah.
Imagine being an artist like this and like Napster is in, people are just downloading your music for free.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But you don't want to be like, you don't want to be an asshole and like say like, you know, if you're already sitting on millions of dollars, like, you know, like,
I mean,
like, oh, like, what do you need the money for? You're already fucking rich. Like, fuck you.
It's your work. It's your
job.
Yeah, it's what you put in the work, you put in the effort. You should get paid for it. If
Metallica took such a black eye for that shit, for like going on the forefront against Napster. I'm just sitting there the whole time. I was like, they're completely 100% right.
Well, it's because people want free music. I mean, they're just like, oh,
just because they want free music doesn't mean they're right.
No, I know it doesn't make it right at all.
Exactly.
You're saying these like idiots are just like, I want my free music. Like, how come I can't have it? It's like, well, because it's illegal.
It's illegal. It'd be like me giving free spices to all these customers, you know? Like, what's the point?
Yeah. Hey, here's a fish. You want a salmon? Take it.
There you go. It's all yours. Thanks, pal. All right. So that brings us to our final segment, which is a Let There Be Rock. So Tones had to listen to Time by Pink Floyd. Give him a little deep one today.
Yeah, this was a depressing song.
Yeah, that's why I told you to read the lyrics. It's a gut punch.
It was just like basically telling you how, you know, just talk about time in general, how it's just never ending. It just keeps going.
Never stops.
Yep. Never stops. Time is just passing us by. You know, and there's nothing we could do about it. It's just like, you know, you don't think about it and no one tells you when to go, when to do something. And then all of a sudden you look up and it's 10 years later and it's like you're in the same spot. It's like, well, you know, this sucks because 10 years I'll never have back. Yep.
It's like, isn't that so deep? That's why I gave it to you. It's just like no one told you when to start. No one told you when to run. You missed the start gun. And you're sitting there and you're just like, fuck, I'm fucking 40 years old and I still haven't figured out what I want to do yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a line here. So you run and you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Racing around to come up behind you again. So it's like, even if you actually are being proactive and you go out there trying to do stuff, you're running after the sun, but you'll never catch it because next thing you know, it's coming up behind you and it starts all over again. You got to chase it again. It's just like this cycle of just getting older. death,
Yeah.
destruction.
This is a very good song to like when I was telling you about when I went through a really deep dark like because would you I mean you probably haven't heard it but like you've heard in general Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd is considered the greatest album of all time
Yeah, yeah. No,
and
that's I've heard that.
it's true and I really discovered it when I was a freshman in college and shit like this was I mean I'm not the healthiest guy whatsoever not even close
Mhm.
but still like to recognize I forget the word for it but like the fact that you're going to die very like you know it's gonna happen quick you know, no matter how you look at it, like you have to try to milk every minute out of every day. That's what I took out of it when I was a freshman. You know, it's just like, you know, wake up extra early and just, even if you're just going to sit there, just realize the fact every like 30 minutes, just like, hey, like we're moving fast. Let's try to mentally slow down the fact that time is fucking flying.
Yeah.
4 years in college went by like that.
Like that. And it's been 4 years since we graduated.
4 years since. Holy shit.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah, this song is hitting home right now.
Yeah. And then it just hits you with a fucking face melter of a guitar solo.
It was a nice guitar solo. So question about did you you said you went through a little Floyd phase. Did you listen to this like with the Wizard of Oz? Like is that this album, right? You know, matches up with the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Now
the Dark Side of Oz.
You think that was on purpose, or you think it's just
no? It completely wasn't. If you listen to the lyrics, like it's just an artistical magic, like it's an awesome masterpiece.
Yeah.
But like it's a coincidence, like a very insane one. But like none of their words have to do with the plot of Wizard of Oz,
right?
At all.
There's
just like there's just certain scenes that start when different songs start with Pink Floyd. Like right when she walks out of the black and white into the Rainbow Road is when Money starts playing, where it's like boom, ba-na-na, boom, boom. So people are like, whoa, because it went perfectly, and it is totally worth the watch. But no, that's just like if you listen to Pink Floyd's prior work, they were very fucking deep with their lyrics, and it sucked. That's why that album was so good. It's just pretty much all about time. Like it's like you going kind of crazy. Time passes, you're in the same spot, and then you lose your fucking mind. It's about a band member that they had pretty much did so much acid for so long that he ended up developing schizophrenia and completely losing his mind. The founder of the band. Yeah, really? He died when we were in high school. He wasn't in the band since like after he wasn't on the Dark Side of the Moon album. He was everything before that, and he did so much like hardcore acid and shit every single day that he completely drifted into madness.
He lost his mind.
Lost his fucking mind. That's what that album's about.
How far into this catalog was this album? Like how many albums did they have before this?
Probably like 3, but they were nothing like this. They were like, you know, one song was like a couple of the songs were like 30 minutes long. They were really weird. But then they just like put this together as a complete fucking masterpiece.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's 8 songs and all of them completely connect. So it's like all one song.
Just one continuous.
Yeah.
You know, you said what like some of the older songs were like 30 minutes long. I'd be so pissed if you gave that to me.
I wouldn't do that. There's just a couple like there's one where it's like it's like a movie of a song where it's like it's like a slow beginning, build up, and all that stuff. But yeah, they're one of the best bands of all time. I don't listen to them as much anymore, but yeah, Dark Side of the Moon back in the day, I used to fucking like worship it. It was something else. But with that, we're gonna hit a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna come back with the classic 4-pack Talking Flicks hybrid. We'll be right back, folks. I gotta take a piss real quick.
Yeah.
Let's totally hit him with a JG Wentworth commercial. Let's just think about that.
Okay.
If you have an annuity, but you need cash now.
JG Wentworth.
877 cash now.
It's crazy. It's really good marketing. The fact that we know their number.
Yeah. All my family's in finance though, and they're just like JG Wentworth is like the biggest scam of all time. So don't buy into their shit. They just like take the money, like you invest with them and you take the money whenever you want, and like they charge interest on it like big time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's.
See, I just kind of thought it was like you just like, let's say you had something that was supposed to pay you over time, they just pay you like a lesser amount for it, and then they just collect that shit.
No.
Okay.
No. That's they make the profit off of just like interest like by the day.
So it's just like loan sharking.
Yeah, exactly. But they have very friendly advertising and a good song. They're a nice little old man who's just like, it's your money, use it when you need it. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And we're back. Thank you, Kane. So we have our movie reviews. So I had to watch Old Boy and Tones had to watch Friday Night Lights. So Tones, I'm very anxious to hear your review of this movie. I heard you had mixed feelings, mixed bag.
Yeah. So let me clarify. I thought the movie was very good. Mm-hmm. The problem I had with it was nothing to do with, I mean, obviously has to do with the movie, but it's just more so the people of Texas that like these fucking losers that like their whole life revolves around the high school.
This is what I always tell you about this with this argument of where football is going to be in 30 years. And I always tell you, Texas exists, bro. These people worship it. They worship the game just like I do. I would never play it because I'm a weak, scrawny man. But these guys,
it's just like these people are like threatening the coach, and they're all like they had one guy took a picture. Gave his baby to take a picture with the quarterback. They're at like some burger joint or whatever. It's like this kid's a high school. This kid's 17, and you're fucking asking to take pictures with them. Like it's just like these people have nothing better going on in their lives.
Have you seen Odessa, Texas before?
It's probably a shithole.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing exactly, but
except for a beautiful football stadium.
Yeah, I guess
you'd be like that too. You'd probably be like Buddy Garrity, whatever the big fat guy there. He's like, well, that'd be a bad deal for you.
Yeah, I don't know. It just pissed me off, these little-minded people. But the movie was good. So this was based off a true story, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, spoilers, a heartbreaking ending.
Did you see it coming?
It's tough in football movies because like sometimes they win and sometimes they don't win. It's like, it's not like they always win, so you expect them to lose or I don't know. It was just
when Mike Winchell is trying to run it in that last play. The first time I saw that movie, I was literally standing up, just going like, "Go, go, go!"
See, I thought it was gonna he was gonna redeem himself because remember when I think it was the Midland League game or something when he overthrew it and they drove down the 2-minute offense and he overthrew the last pass.
Yep.
Which by the way, why did he spike it?
I'm the rules of high school football I'm not too familiar with. I only know NFL, so I don't know if
because the whole time I was thinking like they're like losing like 15 seconds each time they pass the ball, so just fucking spike it, man.
I guess maybe they have the defense on their heels, and if you spike it, then you get them on a reset, and the whole defense can go into a prevent.
I get that, but like I mean at a certain point when you're down in the red zone and you got like 10 seconds left, like spike the ball, like give yourself like maybe you have 2 opportunities to throw it in.
Yeah, I agree. If it was the Bucks, I would be losing my mind screaming spike the fucking football. But who knows when it comes to Texas football and you guys like, I mean, defenses are probably tired a little bit more. They're not professional athletes. You got weak spots out there. But
So yeah. But
I mean, he had the touchdown opening, just overthrew it. That's it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Overthrew it for sure. But no, it was good. I mean, I thought the acting was pretty good for the fact that there was like no names in it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like one guy, the guy, was a preacher they called him.
Yeah,
like the end. Like I looked at, I always go on the IMDb. I'm just curious to see like where I've seen people before. Yeah, that was literally the only thing he ever acted in.
Really?
Yeah, like not even a like commercial or anything. Just that one movie, and he gave a big pump up speech.
Yep. Oh, I love that speech too. Yeah. And he's fucking pissed.
Which I thought it was kind of funny because like the coach was like, "Okay, so this is what we're gonna do," and then he just comes out of nowhere. He's like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Yep.
Yelling, and the coach is just like, "Oh."
Yep. I fucking love that movie. It's just a football, you know. I love how too Winchell was in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
I saw he was in. I haven't seen that one, but I saw he was in that. I was just
That might be the best one. And I'm an anti Fast and the Furious guy,
really.
but like Tokyo Drift might honestly be the best of all of them.
I just refuse to give them any money by
Yeah,
like
don't.
watch it. Yeah,
Don't. It's one of the only ones I've ever seen. I think I saw Fast, the one with the Rock, like the first one that he was in, and it was actually like hilarious. Like the Rock, like for example, like the Rock is a cop, and like there's this woman who's got like a file on somebody they're looking for, and she goes and hands it to the Rock, and the Rock just immediately throws it behind him, and like when he just like loses it, he doesn't even look at it. She put all this work into it. And he's just like, I like my dessert before my dinner. But yeah. So what do you got? What's the score?
I'm gonna give it 7.2. 7.2 sticks of dynamite. It was a solid flick. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, there wasn't much. I don't want to say substance. Substance isn't the right word. I don't know. It was just like it was it was a surface movie. You watched, you saw what it was. But no, it was good.
I guess like once you buy into like what it is like playing in Texas high school football, like it's like what you brought up in the beginning. Like it is intense how much you were under the magnifying glass for just being a fucking 15-year-old kid playing football.
Yeah,
like how much they care.
And like I get, I could get maybe getting invested in the team and be, but like the one kid's dad that was like, you ain't shit unless you got a ring.
The fullback, yeah,
like it's just like, how big of a loser do you have to be to like be that like still 20?
Well, you saw him; he's an alcoholic loser who's No,
I get that, but even like the guy that asked the quarterback to take a picture with his baby, like he was like showing him his ring, like he just still walked around with his ring like every day, like 30 years down the line that you still like, that's like a defining, I guess, like a defining moment in your life, or just like, yeah, well, we won states in '86, like, all right, dude, cool. Like,
well, it's because none of them ever go on to do anything. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, they just
got a state.
They're just losers. That's like the only thing they have to hold on to. Like, it's just like the prototypical.
Like there's a little subtle scene in there too, with like the radio commentators. Like one of the guys, like after they lose, is just like, I think they're doing a little bit too much learning in this school, like instead of practicing. Like it's football or die in Texas.
It's absurd.
Like, yeah,
crazy.
But I worship football, so like if that's still happening down there, I encourage the fuck out of it. Please,
you should move down. I can see you later in life just moving down there and just become like.
When I was down
like
there,
a high school football fan.
It's just flat, like just. Desert town. Everybody's got a truck. But I'm gay, so I don't know how well I would fit in there. I'm much more comfortable on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to California. But all right, so I had to watch Old Boy. It was what's the good word for it? Excellent. It was excellent, Tones. And it was all in Korean. And so basically, let me try to get this. So this guy, all of a sudden gets kidnapped after he's drunk, whatever, kind of being an asshole. Wakes up, he's in a cell, and ends up having to stay there for 15 fucking years in the same room. Never gets to leave it once. Right? They only slip him food under the door. They put him to sleep with sleeping gas, no matter what. So I guess I'll get to it, but I mean, like he ends up training over 15 years. You're so pissed that you're in there, you start punching the wall, getting your knuckles fucking just firm as rocks. Yeah, rock hard. And just, ready to kick ass, which he is once he ends up, all of a sudden he wakes up and he's out of there. And then it's like a pursuit of trying to find out why he was in there versus should he just take vengeance on the guy who put him in there? Because the guy who put him in there ends up being pretty out loud about what's going on. Because he's just like, hey, you can kill me right now if you want to, but you'll never find out why I locked you up for 15 years.
Yeah, well, he leaves him like a breadcrumb trail, basically.
Yeah.
Like how to get to him. Because he wants him to fucking see, he wants to he wants him to know what he did, because he wronged somebody in the past and he wasn't sure who. Even like when he was in the cell, he like wrote like dozens of journals, like trying to figure out like who he wronged. And by the way, like the Korean writing, like I'm so bad at drawing, I would never be able to write like Korean or Chinese.
It would take me 5 minutes to write the word "the." But yeah, it's like you have to like draw fucking a whole picture.
You got to draw like a whole tic-tac-toe and like add some next there.
Yeah. But so this guy who kidnapped him, put him in the cell, he's just like probably one of the craziest mad geniuses I've ever seen in film.
Very elaborate.
Very elaborate. 20 million steps ahead of you at all times, no matter what. Even if he's not, he'll convince you that he is. Like with the pacemaker thing, right? Yeah. Like he says, like he's like, no, like he was about to kill him when they first went face to face. And he was just like, I have this button here. I had a heart transplant, or I had a pacemaker put in, and I gave the doctor $200,000 extra to give me a button where I can deactivate at any time for slow, painless death. So it's like, all right, you can kill me right now, but I'm not going to let you beat the shit out of me and torture me. I'm just going to kill myself right now, and you won't get any answers. So you might as well keep looking. So it ends up that he finds out that the main character, when he was a kid in high school, saw the bad guy who tortured him make out and do stuff with the boobies with his sister. Right? He's trying to get to her vag, bobbled her boobies around a little bit.
That's a whole other thing I want to talk about later, like that the sexual conduct.
Will you deny that he smacked around her boobies?
No. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just keep going. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after.
So he smacked around her boobies, and then they make a look, and they see the guy who got kidnapped down the road looking out the window as a kid. So they're like, oh fuck. So then main character here tells somebody, and I guess it ends up spreading like wildfire, that bad guy is fucking his sister. So then sister of bad guy goes and kills herself.
Jumps off the dam.
That pretty much explains why he was put into this 15-year camp. But so his elaborate plan. So this guy's got a daughter, the bad guy. So with the tool of hypnosis. Okay.
Spoilers, very heavy spoilers.
Yeah, I'm spoiling the entire thing.
If you haven't seen this movie, I suggest you stop.
I highly suggest you don't listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking spoil the entire thing. So it turns out by the trick of hypnosis, this guy used his own daughter with trigger words that this guy who he kidnapped, the main character, will say to get them both to fall madly in love with each other. And it only took like 2 minutes for them to encounter each other and then to fall madly in love with each other. Yeah. And then his whole goal was to make them end up one of them dying so that way they could feel the pain that he felt when his sister jumped off the bridge. Did I nail that?
Yeah. That's basically that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, first of all, before you even explain, this bad guy is such a prick. Like, who the hell expects, like, if like you walk in making out with your sister and somebody catches you, you got to assume somebody's gonna fucking say something. What are you yelling at? What is it, the pasta ready?
Yeah, he's just sitting there, just like look, food, like putting like a hand to, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I told him I was fucking recording. He has no respect. No respect. Give him
over the line.
Over the line.
But yeah, it's just saying, like, yeah, it's like you made out with your sister, bro. You were bobbling her boobies.
You're
trying to get to the vag, like, and she wouldn't let you because she's your sister, and he saw the whole fucking thing.
See, my thing about this, like, this movie is awesome, but the sexuality in it makes me very uncomfortable. Because so let's start back when I forgot the guy's name. I'm not going to attempt to remember.
They're Korean. I can't. That's why I'm just trying my best to refer to the main character and bad guy.
The main character, when he first meets his daughter, who he doesn't know is his daughter.
He meets bad guy's daughter.
No, that was his daughter.
Main character. That's his daughter in real life?
No. In the movie, he falls in love with his daughter, and he fucks her.
Okay. You're saying that he falls in love with the bad guy's daughter, but he doesn't know it's the bad guy's daughter.
No, that's his daughter.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Oh my God. It's incest on incest. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, that fucks everything up.
You didn't know that?
Easier. No, I thought it was the bad guy's daughter.
It's like the big twist in the movie. That's like
oh, gross. Oh,
you didn't know that. Oh
my God. Well, the movie's in a different language, Tom. No, it's a little tough to follow.
That's fair. But yeah, wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's his daughter.
All right, so now I'm all caught up.
So when he first meets his daughter and he passes out and she brings him back to her apartment, and then he tries to, like, rape her in the bathroom. Like, she's like, oh no, like, she was upset for like a minute, and then she was like, no, it's okay. Like, I brought you here, I led you on, like,
right.
And then she's like, you know, like I do like you and I do want to fuck you, but not right now. And I'm gonna let you know at some point that I want to fuck you. But if I say no after that, like just keep going anyway. I really want it. It's just it was like what? Like you don't
because she's under that hypnosis spell, I guess.
I guess, but there was like that, and then even like when the bad guy was with his sister, like he just kept like
trying to get
at her. She's like, hey,
stop it.
It's just like
and then she let him go with the boobies, and then he could bobble him around a little bit.
Yeah, or even when like in the actual sex scene, when she was just like, I was reading
he's fucking his daughter in that scene.
She was just like, "Oh, it hurts, but like I'll persevere," or something. Something like weird things to have sexy talk going on. But I don't know. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't realize that. That's like the whole thing of the movie.
So that makes the ending make sense a lot more. So he brings out the hypnotist that like started the whole thing, and then she hypnotizes him into him not realizing that it's his daughter. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was him not realizing that it was the guy who fucked him's daughter the entire time. But it was just a straight up blood daughter. What a fucking psychopath of a bad guy. He's a million steps ahead of me. I thought I was onto him the entire time. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's some dark shit.
All right. Well, I was gonna say the one bone I had to pick with his karate stuff. They really didn't hammer home like his training in the prison cell. They really just showed him suffering and stuff. They didn't show him like they showed him hitting the wall for like a minute. They didn't and watching boxing for a minute, but they didn't show him really in-depth training, doing push-ups and all that stuff. They really could have done a little bit better of a job because he came out. He could take on 30 people like, by himself, no problem. That's how good he was.
I mean, to be fair, they did condense 15 years into like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so there's only so much you could put in there.
Right.
But yeah.
So what a movie. I'm gonna give it a after learning that too. I had it pegged down at a 6.9 Sticks of Dynamites.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna bump it up to an 8.9.
Ooh, wow. So incest points.
Well, it's also, I mean, it's gross, but it's so much more wholesome of like a plot. Like it makes sense.
It makes more sense now. It's like why would he like, oh, I'm gonna make you fuck my daughter.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know.
Make you fuck
I thought he
daughter.
was just using her as like a ploy, like just part of his tools, but like no. Oh man. Yeah, but you know what? That guy knew damn well what he was doing with his sister, and it's different. Daughter is different.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah, he was definitely in the wrong. I mean, he started by
the bad guy ends up killing himself too, which sucked. I wish he would have fucking. Oh, and there's the main character ends up cutting his tongue off with scissors. Oh god, that scene sucked. Oh,
that one. There was a couple. I actually rewatched it last night. There was a couple of like I forgot like scenes that made me squeam. It's like that one with the tongue when he's like using the hammer to take the guy's teeth out.
Yeah,
that was a tough one. Even when he ate the live octopus, like that was a real octopus.
Give me something alive, and then she just like plops a squid down on the plate that's still squirming all over the place. He just starts fucking eating it. I was like, is that a real octopus that he's eating on camera?
You saw how it was moving, like that looked like a real octopus.
It looked like a real octopus.
Like, he was biting it, and like the tentacles were like wrapping up and like flailing.
Anyway, 8.9 Sticks. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. And it's very hard to do that with a movie with subtitles in different language too. So that's another reason why I got bumped up. But all right, so we got to do our new movie assignments. So what am I watching?
You're gonna watch Sicario. So it's brief overview. Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro. They're in the DEA. They're fighting the Mexican cartel, more or less.
Badass. I like it.
It's good.
You got to watch Heavyweights.
I figured that.
But so my brief overview is basically Judd Apatow wrote and directed it for Disney, and it came out so dark that Disney literally tried to pretend like it never happened. So that's why you never heard of it.
Okay.
Like in the peak of like Disney originals, like 1995, when like Mighty Ducks was out and everything, and like Mighty Ducks like saw the final production, they were just like, "What?" Disney was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like a very dark fat kid movie.
Really? Okay. That'll probably hit a little close to home. A little closer than I'd like.
Maybe. I mean, like, I wish I was fat so I can go to Camp Hope. You know? It's my family's favorite movie of all time is Heavyweights.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out.
Okay. So we move to our 4-pack section of this hybrid. So Tones, what was the most unexpected movie ending you've ever seen?
Now, this wasn't necessarily the ending. It was towards the end, but in The Departed.
Oh,
the elevator scene.
Yeah.
When like everybody
got shot.
dies.
Yeah.
in like a 3-second span. Like
Yep.
if you looked away or looked at your phone, you would miss so much.
Or if you pulled the classic me in the theaters, you go take a piss at the wrong time, you come back and everybody's dead.
No. Really?
I didn't know. I didn't do that for the part. I did that
okay.
for plenty. I did that for The Sixth Sense. I came back and missed the Bruce Willis spin, so I didn't know what happened. I was just like, I don't get it. What's going on?
Yeah, no, I mean that's just because I was thinking about Fight Club, but that's more like a twit. Like this was, it just like everything just happened so quick.
Yeah, you thought Leo was gonna take Matt Damon into custody.
I just felt like the Mr. Krabs meme where he's just like, whoa,
yeah.
what's going on? Like, that's exactly how you feel watching that.
So I have Rat Race. So like it's like this intense, great chase for $250 million, whatever it is, and like
it was like $1 million.
It was a lot. It was I think it was $20 million.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then all of a sudden they just find themselves at a Smash Mouth concert and nobody wins. I was just like, I was sitting there like edge of my seat the entire time. Like I thought when they actually get to the Silver City train station and they get the key, and the key actually got in by the brother with the tongue piercing or whatever. So I thought they won. It really would have been better off if they just gave the money to somebody else. But Smash Mouth out of nowhere, like Stone Cold Smash Mouth. We get like a Stone Cold Steve Austin and like some. That's the perfect way to describe that movie, Rat Race. But yeah, that's my answer.
You went a little bit different direction than I did, but you're spot on. That is a very
completely unexpected. Who would have guessed Smash Mouth would have like taken the money and donated it to charity at the end of Rat Race?
They didn't mention them at all throughout the movie, so it was just like all of a sudden
Smash Mouth was like around. I mean, they were on top of the world with All Star at the time, and like they were just putting on a great show for charity, and all of a sudden they show up with $20 million, and then they give it all to charity. Would you, if you like walked into that, if like you were in that race the entire time, and you ended up on the stage with Smash Mouth, and like everybody's like glad to give all the money to charity, would you have? I would have been like, no. I would have told the whole story and just be, you got enough. Everybody donated their share. I'm going to keep mine, and you can call me a dick all you want. I could give two shits.
I don't know. That's a lot of peer pressure. It's a lot of people looking at you.
Yeah,
look at this.
A lot of hippies.
I mean, I'd probably say yes, and I'd still probably like hold on to some of it. It's like sneak it in my pockets or whatever. Maybe. Yep. I don't know.
That's the best move. Yeah,
be real sneak about it.
Man. Okay. So that brings us to the second question of the 4-pack. Which movie had a great plot but a poor ending?
You ever see The Village?
Oh yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep. The M. Night Shyamalan movie.
His follow-up from Signs.
Yeah, and in this movie, like watching the trailer, it looked awesome. You know, there was a lot of hype behind it. I went into it, and the movie started out like real creepy, real like.
This is a great answer. I forgot about this movie. Yeah,
you got these things like I don't know what they were, but they kept them in the village, and they would come in at night. Hell beasts with the long fingernails and like the beaks. You know what they looked like? Like you ever see those like Spy vs. Spy cartoons back in the day, like Mad TV?
No.
All right. Well, they kind of looked like that. These weird beaks, but yeah, and then it just like the worst fucking twist ever.
It's just people in costumes.
Yeah, just people in costumes to keep them in this one little town, and it turns out they're not like in like 1730s like backwoods Kentucky or something.
Present day.
Yeah, they're just present day, lost in the woods. It's like one of them escapes, right? And there's just like cars driving around everywhere. Like, what the fuck? And she thinks she's blind too, so she's like even more confused. Like all these like hell sounds.
It actually is an interesting idea on paper.
It is. It's just like really that's what the beasts were. And that's why like it was just like
but like why are you keeping them there? Just for like they never really explained that too well either.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I guess like
just to have like Williamsburg colonial times, but like real.
Yeah.
Like in this section.
Like even the Amish let them have Rumspringa. Like, hey, this is what the other option is. Like you could do that or you could stay here.
Yeah.
You know, like, they don't give them the option. They just scare them with hell beasts.
Exactly. So I have Rat Race again. Like to end the movie with Smash Mouth. I mean, like to really. I mean, you kidding me? Writer's block much? I mean,
that's a very lazy, movie. Very lazy.
Just send Smash Mouth out there, and then I'll give it a charity game over.
It's like, we don't know who to give the money to, so let's give it a Smash Mouth.
No. And there's this movie that's based off of that. It's one of my dad's favorite movies. I would never give it to you because it's 5.5 hours long.
I've seen it. It's a mad.
Oh, you've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad made me watch it way back when.
It is a great movie. I've rewatched it recently. It's actually really hilarious.
You know, it's like old movies just put me to sleep like that. Like I can't.
I'm not gonna make you, but it's actually really worth watching. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen it. Like it's not bad. I like Rat Race a lot better. But.
Yeah, it's modernized and way shorter, and you don't have to deal with intermission. But like in that one, at least they could deal with somebody has it and they run away, and then like they jump all the way up to the top of the building, and then it spills everywhere and falls into the crowd. Like that's a better ending. But they're just like, oh my god, we're on stage with Smash Mouth, and there's 100,000 people here. But it's a charity event to feed the farm or feed families and orphans.
Yeah,
like come on, give it to somebody. You know, be more creative.
Give it a whoop.
Great movie.
Give it a whoop.
Awful ending. I was sitting there in the fucking theaters, was just like Smash Mouth. Ooh. Okay. So question number 4 or 3 of the 4-pack. What's the saddest scene you've ever watched from either TV or the movies?
You gotta go Lion King, Mufasa.
Wow.
Mufasa bites the bullet.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, Scar.
Fucking Scar, man. Yeah. Scar pushing him into the fucking stampede.
Scar's one bad hombre. I'll tell you that.
Scar was a bastard. Scar was like, I can't even compare him to anybody who was that bad because it was his own blood. It was his brother.
Yeah. That's what makes it worse. Like you could kill other people. It's bad. Not going to lie. It's bad. But killing your own brother.
And he did it in front of the guy's son, which is even worse.
It's like, hey, look what I'm about to do to your dad.
Yeah. Hakuna Matata? No, thanks. Not right now. I just saw my uncle kill my dad. Wild stampede. Jeez, you know?
Some heavy shit.
Heavy shit. I think my answer is a little heavier. When Radio's mom dies in Radio. I was like this hopeless, retarded guy. That's all he had with his mom. And now he's just like, what's he going to do? Live on his own?
You can't do that.
No, he can't. He's retarded.
I thought you were going to go with Titanic.
That was. Listen, that is like, I mean, that's mine personally, but I mean, like when I sit back and reflect on like me just being like losing it, like, oh my God, it's when like all of a sudden, like they find out Radio's mom is dead and like the coach goes and checks on him and he's just like a mess. Oh my God, this poor guy. I mean, this whole entire movie is the biggest cheap shot of all time. Like, what are you like? What am I supposed to do? It's like it's the same thing as like Marley and Me, you know, like you're going in there and you got a dog. It's like, well, this thing's gonna die at the end of it. So like, it's just a cheap shot. It's just a cheap cry.
Yeah,
you know,
it's tough. It's tough, man. I mean, I don't know. I never really watched Radio all the way through. I just, whatever Robert Downey Jr. says, you never go full retard. Like,
and that was right. That's why the Academy Awards no awards to movies like that because cheap shot. They don't award awards to cheap shots.
Uh-huh.
Marley and Me didn't walk out with it. You just killed a dog. You just took an hour and a half. You took a knife and stabbed the dog and then twisted it for an hour and a half. Made an audience watch.
Sadistic fucks.
Yeah. If you're gonna kill a dog, then like, you know what? Just don't do it. Don't kill
a dog. Don't put dogs.
Don't kill a dog. Kill a cat. That's fine.
Yeah, kill 5 cats.
I own a cat. I love my cat, but you know what? Dealing with a cat death is probably a billion times easier than a dog death. I've went through a dog death. I hated the fuck out of it. It was terrible. Yeah. And I have another dog back at home. She's like 13. She's getting old, and it sucks. That thing up there, she's 13. She's probably gonna live till she's 40. The fucking thing in her vet bills, her fat piece of shit. Be doing me a favor by croaking. What do you do with a dead cat? If you like walk home from work and she just like died of natural causes and just laying there, do you just throw it in the garbage or do you have to bring it somewhere?
I mean, they do have pet cemeteries. Like I'm not saying you would.
Have you seen the movie? I ain't doing that.
You just wake up.
Jumbalaz is gonna fucking be resurrected and stab me in the fucking Achilles heel.
There was actually across the street from my grammar school, there was a pet cemetery. And there was a rumor that someone buried an elephant in there. I don't know who had an elephant or how that rumor started. There was an elephant.
When was this? 8th grade?
Oh no! It wasn't an elephant. It was a lion. It was a lion.
Okay.
It was like from. It was a school I went to from like kindergarten to 8th grade. It was like right across the street. And
I was trying to take a shot, saying like, yeah, you're pretty old, and like even though 8th grade isn't old enough, like
everyone,
still like you should know an elephant is not buried up there.
I mean, I still believe it, man. I mean,
it's probably not.
Why would someone make that up?
So that way people like us can talk about it on our podcast.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, seriously, like, if like you have like a dead animal, like you woke up and they die from natural causes, you like can you like if you're like this thing is dead, can you just like toss her in the trash? And
I mean, I guess technically you could. No one's gonna stop you. I mean, my brother had a fish that died, and he put it in a shoebox and buried it.
That's a weak move. That's a weak move. You flushed that thing down the toilet.
I mean, he was like 5. It was like his first fish that died, so it was just like,
okay.
It was a thing.
How long did he have it? Like a couple days?
Yeah, he actually won it at like a school fair or something.
Got it in a little bag.
Yeah, and it died like 2 days later. We went out and bought like a fish bowl and everything, and it was dead like 2 days later.
Transferring a fish from a fair to your home when they give it to you in just like a plastic bag tied up, like that thing is dying. It's a ticking time bomb, man.
Yeah. Nah, the fish are the worst. Fish is such a dumb pet.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it? Pet it? You're gonna look at it? Like,
I
need a furry little thing that I could pet.
You want to like watch a fish? I'm sure you could go on YouTube and just like look up like fish bowl and just watch a fish on there.
Yeah, it's easy.
And you don't have to worry about feeding it. You don't have to do it. You just play it. Like I'm sure they have them on like loops. They have the ones that are like in 10-hour loops. I'm sure you just watch that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I don't know why cats get such a bad rep. Like they really do. They're furry little, like happy little pets. And like, it's my first cat. She takes care of her fucking self. I don't have to walk the thing. If I'm going away for 3 days, then I don't have to get a babysitter. She can take care of herself. I just put like scatter food in different bowls around the place and like let her find it. And then like she keeps mice and insects away. Yeah. It's great.
And if you happen to die in your house, she'll eat your face.
No, she wouldn't. Jambalaya wouldn't. She's too good.
That fat shit cat, you think if you didn't have any food,
she might eat me. She's hungry. Yeah.
Cats are assholes.
But like that's the stereotype. Like Jambalaya, no, she's perky. Like if I give her like a little kiss noise, she'll like come trotting down the stairs. It's like a little happy cat going like map.
Like my friend has a cat, and I'm allergic to cats. Like if I touch them and like I touch my face, like I'll get all itchy, my nose will run, my eyes will water, all that. And like I go every time I go over to my friend's house, like this cat knows I do not want it on me, and yet he
comes and rubs it all over your place.
Just sits right on my lap. And I had another cat I used to babysit. This cat, like I would always just be like, I would be sitting there like laying back on the couch watching TV, and this cat would just come sit in my lap, and like out of nowhere she would just like stand up and just push off and jump like right on my dick.
It hit your dick,
right on my balls, and just like, dude, like I know you did it on purpose. This cat was so goddamn annoying. They called him a Puss in Boots or
Puss in Boots, from Shrek.
Yeah, it was the cat like that, and it was an outdoor cat. You let it out and whatever, but it would always come back and it would just stand at the door and just meow until you let it in. It's like, leave me the fuck alone. Or if it was hungry, it would just stand there and just meow.
Stay outside.
It's a little asshole.
All right. So that brings us to our fourth and final question to wrap up the show. So which actor or actress do you hate the most?
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
She's a fucking hack.
Yeah. She was good in a couple of things, but she's so annoying. Like, like, lady, we get it. You're an actress. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, I honestly think I could do their job. I really do. I think if I really was put to the test to like act in a film, I can buy in. I think I can buy in and do exactly what they do. And she's so holier than thou.
Yeah, no, she's a monster of that shit, and she just plays like the same role in every movie. I feel like she's just like this old British lady in like a period piece and
an old nurse, basically.
Yeah, she wears like a big puffy dress or something. And it's like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to look at you, your ugly face.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she sucks.
I can't stand her. She's so like, holier than thou is the perfect way to put it. She's like, get out of my face, you bitch.
Yeah, fuck you. Exactly. So she's acted in all these like prominent roles where she thinks like those are actually her life accomplishments. Like she was those roles. Like it's part of her life story. It's like, no, you just fucking played somebody else, you idiot. Yeah. You fucking like went to like a fucking liberal arts school and got like a fucking artsy fartsy degree. Fuck you. You don't know shit. You think you do because everybody looks at you on fucking TV screens. But you suck. Come on, lady.
I have a degree in artsy fartsy.
Yeah. Would you major in artsy fartsy?
Yep.
And I have my answer. It was before we found out anything about him. I've always hated Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Always. I've never liked his work. He always came off as such an arrogant fucking prick in all of his roles. The same roles, like he's just like the smart guy, the genius, who's just like a really arrogant prick about it. And it's just like, you are a fucking homo, bro. I could see right through your fucking eyes.
Did you know that?
I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. Like the way that some homos in the closet act, you know, they have to bully their way into the status that they want.
Yeah.
And that's why he always took those roles where he's just that arrogant thing, but he's also had that like accent with certain things where he'd always tail off with the homo thing where he'd be like, you know?
Yeah, it was a rumor for a while before it happened. Like I'm pretty sure that it's like and I'm pretty sure that like that's why they put it into House of Cards. Like he was at least
he's probably totally willing to fucking make out dudes.
I mean, he did. There was, I don't know if you ever watched it, but there's a scene where him and his wife.
I was jerking off one time on YouTube, just a pregame before I got into porn.
Yeah, he has a 3-way with his Secret Service bodyguard or whatever.
Yeah, and his wife.
Yeah,
crazy scene. But I always thought his acting was fucking just the same thing over and over again. The arrogant smart guy.
Yeah, he does play he definitely has a type of character he plays.
Yeah,
for sure. Except Kaiser Sose is kind of out of his element a little bit. And
but then we found out, you know,
Usual Suspects.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I've been so like it's been on my queue for so long, but now I just don't. I can't don't give it to me because I don't want to watch a Kevin Spacey film right now because all I'm going to be able to do is look at this guy and just hate his fucking guts.
Honestly, I mean, he's in it, but he's not like a big part of it.
I've seen the scene where he's at Smiley's and he works at Smiley's and that woman pulls up and he's just like, "Smile, you're at Smiley's." Is that the same movie?
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe
it's another one that he was in the 90s.
Usual Suspects is like a heist movie.
Yeah, I could have sworn he works. He doesn't work at a fast food restaurant in that movie?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't seen it in a little while, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Well, don't give it to me because I'm going to want to punch the fucking TV screen when I see his fucking face.
You're missing out.
Old boys.
Yeah. You're missing out.
All right. I'll miss out a little bit more. You know, well, I will. I mean, like a little subtle Tom's qualms. You don't have to stone cold it or anything, but I've never seen Hoosiers. And I was 4 minutes into it last night before I realized that, right after I watched the movie last night. What was on? I had to turn it off to listen to the podcast because you released it 4 minutes into. I was watching Hoosiers and I had to listen. Yeah. So I was like, literally, I could tell. I was like, I'm gonna love Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, I don't think I've definitely seen parts of it, but I don't think I've watched.
I think it's a movie like that for a lot of people. Like Hoosiers is one of those movies where like you have to see. But like it's one of those things where like it's so much of a fact that you have to see it. Where if you don't get around to it, you still lie to people and say you've seen it because it's just a concept. But I was watching the first minute of Gene Hackman just driving down a road in Indiana, and I was just like, I'm all in on this movie right now. And then I was like, I can't get into it right now because I have to listen to this and make sure it sounds good.
Maybe we'll do that one of these days. We'll both watch a movie we haven't seen.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea. But until then, that's the end of the show. Tones, you got any post-show thoughts?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, Bomb Squad. We will talk to you soon. I think the next time we'll be talking to you is when Tones is going to be eating bananas and drinking Sprite. So
you got a challenge too. Oh
fuck yeah, I have that too. I guess we're gonna have to settle what we're gonna be doing for the. We might have ourselves our very first dual TNT punishment show. I'll be getting electrocuted while you eat bananas and Sprite. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Snorting chili peppers or something.
Figure it out. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, Bob Scott. We'll talk to you soon.